Use your insight. Dave Marr, the former PGA golf champion, and I were once joking about some of the great golf hustlers we had known when Dave came up with the first axiom of golf wagering. Never bet with anyone you meet on the first tee, he said, who has a deep suntan, or one iron in his bag, and squinty eyes. Shrewd insights into people can be gained simply through the powers of observation. In most business situations, there is usually more to see than meets the eye, a whole level of personal dynamics operating just beneath the surface. Most business situations provide all sorts of tangible evidence that allows you to see beneath the surface. Sometimes these are the things that people say and do unconsciously. The way someone looks away at the sound of a particular question, for instance. But they may also be acts that are neither simple or unconscious, just as the way someone chooses to phrase a particular thought. The point is that the clues for insight abound and are there to be used by anyone who is tuned into them. A surprising number of executives are not. They totally lack an awareness of what is really going on around them. Either they are too busy listening to themselves to listen to anyone else, or too involved in their own corporate presence to notice what someone else might be doing. I can't imagine anyone being effective in business without having some insight into people. Business itself is such a subtle matter of taking a slight edge here, an imperceptible edge there. And every aspect of the process comes back to people. Managing them, selling to them, working with them, simply getting them to do what you want them to do. Without insight, there is no subtlety. Insight allows you to see beyond the present. Suppose you had a way of knowing everything that was going to happen in business over the next 10 years. That information would not only make you wise, it would also make you successful and wealthy. Yes, it is your insight into people that gives you the ability to predict the future. A person's true nature, true self, cannot change with situations. It is totally consistent. The better you know that person, the more you can get beneath the facades, the more accurately you can predict how he or she is likely to react or respond in almost any business situation. This knowledge can be invaluable. The process, of course, is precisely the modus operandi of the professionals, the psychics and fortune tellers who have been using the same tricks to tell the future for centuries. Psychics will size up their clients by observing them, how they act, how they look, what they are wearing, and by asking a few innocent questions. From this information, they can see into the future, which is really a matter of telling their client what he or she wants to hear based on what has already been found out. The good ones can come up with some startlingly perceptive things based on the tiniest pieces of information. There are probably some psychics who would make excellent business executives. I also know a lot of business executives who would make terrible psychics. Insight demands opening up your senses. I believe you can learn almost everything you need to know, and more than other people would like you to know, simply by watching and listening, keeping your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your mouth closed.